a hard-working, no-nonsense fighter who was used to doing things her way. "I can't stay to train horses, Lou." "Who said anything about you doing the training?" "You said we." "Figure of speech," Lou had insisted. They'd both known she was lying. "I am perfectly capable of training my own dang horses, and if you say any different, it will piss me off." Lou had shuffled over to the counter and poured herself a cup of coffee. Decaf, because Rumer had done the shopping. "I don't want to piss you off. I want to make you see reason." "What's reasonable about sitting in this house day after day? I've been cooped up for too long. I'm getting antsy." She was always antsy, always moving, always doing. Rumer could have pointed that out, but she'd sworn 6 ways to Sunday that she wasn't going to argue with her grandmother. So, instead of pointing out the obvious, she grabbed the Benevolence Times and skimmed the article. That was when she'd noticed the ad, right there on the bottom left. "Help wanted. Pleasant Valley Organic Farm. Full-time housekeeper/gardener/cook. Experience with children a plus. Live in or live out. Call Sullivan to set up an interview." Pleasant Valley Organic Farm had sounded like a New Age hippie commune. Men with scraggly beards and bare feet. Women in long skirts and tank tops. Kids running around with dirty faces. Not her ideal job opportunity, but beggars couldn't be choosers, so Rumer had decided to check it out. She'd waited until a decent time and called. When the phone had gone unanswered, she decided to find the farm and apply in person. She'd climbed into Lou's old pickup and headed for Benevolence, Washington, humming along to the oldies station as she drove. 10 miles outside of the little town, she'd found the sign for Pleasant Valley Organic Farm and had headed up the long, windy road that seemed to lead to it. She'd been able to see the farmhouse in the distance, a 2-story traditional style that someone had painted buttercup yellow. Yellow! She'd taken a quick peek at the slacks she'd borrowed from Aunt Minnie. Yellow polyester, bell-bottom, probably from the 70s. Minnie never got rid of anything. She had an entire lifetime of stuff shoved into the double-wide trailer she lived in. It sat on the eastern edge of the homestead, a small hothouse and huge garden right behind it. Rumer had been thinking that maybe the yellow slacks and yellow house were a sign, a portent, a hint from God that the job was hers, that after 6 weeks of near hell, things were finally going to get better. And then she'd looked up at the road again. She looked up, and the girl was right there, wandering out from between overgrown field grass, skin glowing rich brown in the mid-morning light, pink tutu shimmering, ivory tank top hanging loose, boots clomping, a bouquet of fall flowers clutched in her hand. Rumer had had about 3 seconds to take it all in, and then she'd swerved, bouncing off the road and straight into a rain culvert, nose down, steam spilling out of the hood. She'd scrambled out of the truck, her purse hooked over her shoulder, and the girl had still been there, standing right in the middle of the road, gawking at the wrecked truck. And that's how Rumer had ended up here, on a dirt road, with a strange kid who was dressed in nothing but a tutu, a thin-strap tank, a tiara, and bright green rain boots. "Hello," she said, because what else would she do? She sure wasn't going to let the kid wander back to wherever she'd come from, half naked and alone. It was chilly, for God's sake. Early fall in eastern Washington, and winter was gaining the upper hand. The little girl cocked her head to the side, eyeing Rumer with a look that was both suspicious and mutinous. "Who are you?" she finally replied, every word enunciated and precise. Surprising, because she didn't look older than 3. "Rumer Truehart. How about you? What's your name?" She crouched so that they were eye level, offering a smile. She got a scowl in response. "I'm not supposed to talk to strangers," the girl said, her eyes so dark Rumer could barely see the pupils. "Not even if they offer me candy. Do you have